Greetings. Hey, it's Susie Q here on another video. So we're going to be looking at some of the um, things with the quantum healing hypnosis technique. I'm a level 2 practitioner. I do the Akashic Records. I do psychic readings, work with the Akashic Records, automatic writing. All this stuff it's just spectacular, and most of it came through beginning at 2008 and then leaning into 2015 with some of these beautiful gifts. So anyway, so what we're going to do is today is we're going to really look at some of the things that happened during the QHHT session, and we have the breakdown of the different experiences. It's about a 5 to 6 hour session. I think yesterday we had maybe 7 or 7.5 hours, and so it's a really big band of energy. And the more that the people, when they come in, if they're really owning it and they're really like I want to have some better results, then we may take a little bit longer just to see if we can get some good energy for these people before they leave. We want to really get that energy. It's not me, it's their own energy, it's their own capacity to receive information and start letting things go. So at the very beginning, we do an interview. It's about 2 to 3 hours. And so with the interview, sometimes people don't really know exactly what to say when they first start, but they just start noticing that, yeah, I'm basically just this person, and I'm not really asking too much about the stories, but they start kind of going on a roll. And the more that they talk, even Dolores Cannon says that, the more that you talk, that person is going to be clearing or healing themselves through the process of talking. And sometimes they start off a little bit slow. They don't know exactly what they need to say. You could start from, your very first thought is little and then you could move through your lifetime, or you could, work with the healing of the body. A lot of people come in with boo-boos in their body, and sometimes they don't really talk about it in the interview, but it just starts showing up that there's clearly some stagnant energy or some frequencies, and they may not even be able to relate to that. But I always kind of connect with some of the storyline and feel that energy that might have been not the best, not the best experience in a person's lifetime. And then you start noticing that some of these healing events are happening within the body, stored within the emotions are stored in the body. And we just even get some of that from the interview. Again, I don't take any notes, but I just kind of acknowledge the people's story and how they were relating with mom or dad or brother or sister or friends or, spouses or their kids. I mean, all of these things, the more that they talk, then we get more guidance. When I say we, I think about all the energies that are working with us, is that we can kind of start see if we can get some things lighter within when we go into the hypnosis piece. So this energy is so powerful and so profound that's I don't take notes. I don't have a paper or pen, but I just kind of look at the story briefly, and I'm aware and I'm listening. But then I just know that some of those energies are impacting a person's body, and some things are stored in the body. Then we had to find out a little bit more about the emotions, and we do that through the subconscious mind. So all of these things are extremely powerful. So we move into the induction, and it's a really peaceful place. A lot of times people will just be like la di da 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 da. It's like a lullaby, And then when we start going into that first hour of the QHHT session, all of a sudden they're wide awake and like, I don't have anything. I don't see anything, and I think even, when I first started doing QHHT, everybody was just in this black hole, it's like black, and then, but you can ask questions about that, certainly. But it's always like kind of stunning, was like, because they're so calm in the induction. That's where they get relaxed and prepared to go into hypnosis. And then they just say, I'm still here. Just still here. And so these are really challenging things, but I think, the more that a person goes deeper with their consciousness and has more curiosity about the healing of their body, that they might start kind of slowly start, going into higher states of awareness, and noticing that this process with QHHT, it's a long process, that they will get something from it. They'll get something up from that. And so then we go into what we call the past lives or future lives, or maybe there is no life. Maybe it's just black. I don't know. All right, so we're going to move to the next piece here with that second hour of the hypnosis piece. It's about the subconscious mind, and that's where we really go in there, and we really we kind of prep them too. Before we go into that, we kind of prep them that when we start talking to the subconscious, I have to tell the person, because they're like, who is the subconscious? And there was like, is there like some magical wizard, you know? But I always say, well, why don't we just, when we go into the subconscious mind or the subconscious, you're going to take on the personality, and you're going to be the voice of the subconscious. So sometimes people like, I don't know. I don't know. So it's a really kind of funny, like, I love it. I love challenges, because I love challenging all of these different states of consciousness. And so now I'm starting to say, when you go into the subconscious mind, and that's before we even go into hypnosis, maybe it could be during the interview, is that you'll take on the personality and the consciousness of that person. And the person on the daybed is still the person there, and then your own voice will be articulating yes or no, or telling what needs to be done. And so most people are pretty good with that, and some others are not really sure. They don't really have anything to say. So these are maybe are some like people that are coming in that are just beginning to learn more about consciousness or awareness. And I'm not saying it's good or bad. It's, even for me, I was like crickets, you know, when I had my first session. I was doing sessions, and then eventually I finally had a session with somebody else, and I was like, I can't go to hypnosis. And then all of a sudden they send me stuff as like, it's like a prayer or like a meditation or something. So these things are really working for us. So the more that we look at that subconscious mind, that is really, that's kind of my beautiful space of assisting another person on their journey. I am simply kind of a guide, a facilitator, but it's all about the person who's on the daybed, and they start working with the subconscious, acknowledging things in the body, stored emotions in the body. We don't talk about the where it's really placed. It could be, generally speaking, in the gut or someplace else, but we just start working with helping them to start, releasing some of the energies that have happened. And sometimes some of these energies are from past lives. Oftentimes they come through past lives, and maybe there's been several layers of things with the body that are similar in this lifetime. So we start, and again, I don't do any, cutting or dissolving or receding or releasing. It's up to them to really kind of come to terms with it, even in the hypnosis session, just to start releasing. And just, they do it on their own. They just do it on their own. They start just allowing it to just be there and have awareness of it, and then finding better solutions. And a lot of it is coming right into the heart space. So the more that we look at these states of consciousness with these folks that come in through the subconscious mind, is we really, we really go deep, especially if there's a big event in the body. People come in for cancer before and after, all kinds of different things, all kinds of different conditions. And so these people, when they're really ready, if there's a big event happening, they're serious, they're really listening, and they are really going for it, because they want to let some stuff go. The more that we let go of things, the more that we, recede from some of these states of being, we just want to get lighter and lighter and lighter. And the more that we do that, we have the capacity to start putting new things in: more love, more joy, more compassion, more innate intelligence, more wisdom, more, juicy. I'm like so juicy. It's like all that juicy energy. You start getting all that juicy energy. Like, oh man, I feel lighter now. It feels good. It feels really, really good. All right. So I think that's it for now. We'll see you soon, and namaste.